Everyone who has spent enough time around others can easily recall at least one person who seems perpetually unhappy. Someone who, regardless of the situation, always finds something to grumble about. These individuals are often quick to turn even the most mundane conversations into dramatic monologues filled with dissatisfaction and discontent. Whether it's the weather, their job, a minor inconvenience at the grocery store, or an imagined slight from a coworker, they have a way of painting every aspect of life in shades of gray. Over time, their identity becomes entangled with this constant stream of complaints. It's no longer just venting. It becomes a lifestyle. Their outlook on life is dominated by negativity, and they wear their pessimism like a badge of honor, unknowingly draining the energy of everyone around them. Now, imagine a figure who is the polar opposite of this noise, a person who doesn't get swept up in the tide of collective discontent. Enter the Sigma male, a rare, introspective, and highly independent personality type. Unlike the alpha male, who strives to assert dominance, or the beta male, who often blends into background by adhering to societal norms, the Sigma male is a lone operator. He charts his own path, unaffected by the expectations or noise of others. What sets the Sigma male apart is his quiet strength and internal focus. He understands the value of mental clarity and guards his energy as if it were sacred. Complaining to him is not just a waste of time, it's a distraction from growth. Rather than pouring his attention into problems he cannot control, the Sigma male zeroes in on solutions, self-improvement, and tactical decisions that move him forward. In this in-depth exploration, we'll delve into 8 common complaints that most people voice regularly, grievances that have become part of everyday conversations and social bonding rituals. However, these are the very things a Sigma male deliberately avoids. Through each section, we'll break down why these complaints are not only unhelpful, but also corrosive to personal growth. More importantly, we'll examine how the Sigma male, through a combination of discipline, clarity, and emotional detachment, rises above these common pitfalls. His mindset offers a powerful blueprint for anyone seeking to free themselves from the trap of habitual negativity and step into a more empowered, self-directed life. 1. Being alone. Solitude as a strength, not a weakness. In today's hyperconnected world, being alone is often portrayed as something undesirable, even dangerous. The dominant social narrative teaches people to fear solitude, treating it like a warning sign that something is wrong with their lives. For many, the experience of being alone is instantly equated with loneliness, and this fear becomes an invisible pressure driving them into constant digital connection, shallow interactions, and hurried relationships. A quiet phone screen, an empty calendar, or a night spent without company is internalized as a failure, sparking an anxious mental loop filled with thoughts like, "Why am I still single?" Or, "Does no one care about me?" As a result, people frantically swipe through dating apps or cling to unfulfilling relationships, driven not by genuine connection, but by a desperate need to avoid solitude. Emotional dependency festers, and the ability to feel content in one's own company slowly withers away. But the Sigma male stands apart, embodying a radically different perspective. For him, solitude is not a problem to solve. It's a powerful resource to cultivate. He understands that time alone is not a void to be filled, but premium space where true personal growth can occur. In solitude, the Sigma male thrives. Without external noise, he finds clarity and focus. It is during these quiet moments that he reflects on his goals, aligns with his values, and strategizes his next moves. While others seek stimulation from the outside world, the Sigma turns inward, exploring his thoughts and emotions with intention. He might spend hours learning a new skill, studying a subject that fascinates him, or simply sitting in stillness to sharpen his self-awareness. Rather than running from being alone, the Sigma male embraces it as a deliberate choice. His independence is not born from bitterness or isolation. It's the result of self-reliance and inner fulfillment. This mindset ensures that when he does enter relationships or social settings, it is never from a place of desperation or neediness, but from genuine interest and strength. For the Sigma, solitude is not loneliness. It is a sacred workshop where character is built, insight is gained, and power is quietly forged. 2. When times get tough, adversity as a learning opportunity. Life has a way of testing everyone. Whether through sudden job loss, financial hardship, the collapse of a relationship, or health struggles. For many people, these moments trigger an immediate retreat into a victim mindset. The reaction is emotional and reactive. They vent to anyone who will listen, lamenting their bad luck and the unfairness of the world. The narrative becomes one of helplessness, where every setback is someone else's fault, and their own role in the matter is conveniently downplayed or ignored. While it's human to feel hurt or overwhelmed, dwelling in this emotional state without action only prolongs the suffering. The energy that could be used for rebuilding gets wasted on self-pity, finger-pointing, and emotional spirals. Over time, this mindset becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Those who see themselves as victims begin to behave like victims, and life responds accordingly. In stark contrast, the Sigma male approaches adversity with a strategic, composed mindset. He knows that pain is inevitable, but suffering is often a choice. Instead of wasting time lamenting his misfortune, he steps back and asks critical, solution-focused questions. What exactly went wrong? Where did I miscalculate? What do I still have at my disposal? What small step can I take right now to shift the situation in my favor? This internal dialogue is not emotional, but logical. The Sigma male treats challenges like curriculum, a personalized lesson plan designed to reveal weaknesses, test resilience, and forge new strengths. Whether it's learning to manage money better after a financial hit or becoming emotionally stronger after breakup, he always extracts value from difficulty. By refusing to adopt a helpless identity, the Sigma transforms pain into progress. While others remain stuck, waiting for life to become easier, the Sigma grows sharper, more agile, and better equipped for whatever comes next. 3. Their job. Treating work as a stepping stone, not a prison. A staggering number of people wake up every day dreading their jobs. Office break rooms, team chats, and weekend conversations often turn into rituals of shared misery. Employees complain about incompetent managers, monotonous routines, toxic environments, or unfair pay, but rarely do they act on these complaints. Instead, they settle for the security of a paycheck and the familiarity of routine. Even when opportunity knocks or burnout sets in, they remain paralyzed by fear. Fear of the unknown, of starting over, or of risking stability. Over time, this passivity turns into quiet resignation. They accept their job as a life sentence, not realizing that this mental trap is largely self-imposed. The Sigma male, however, refuses to be mentally shackled by a job title or paycheck. He sees employment for what it truly is, a temporary exchange of time and skill for resources. If a position becomes unfulfilling, toxic, or creatively stagnant, he doesn't waste energy complaining. Instead, he uses that discontent as fuel to evolve. He begins upgrading his skill set, whether through online courses, side projects, or certifications. He networks quietly, forming strategic connections that can open doors when needed. Most importantly, he starts planning his exit long, before the situation becomes unbearable. To him, every role is a stepping stone, not an endpoint. While others wait for external change, a raise, a new manager, or a company shift, the Sigma male initiates internal change. By the time his colleagues notice that he's no longer in the daily grind, he's already thriving elsewhere, having transitioned smoothly and silently into a better position. He doesn't talk about escaping the cage. He simply forges his own key and walks out on his own terms. For getting older, age as an asset, not a liability. In a world that glorifies youth and celebrates fleeting beauty, aging is often portrayed as a slow decline, a loss of value, vitality, and opportunity. For many, each passing birthday is met not with gratitude but with dread. They fixate on physical signs like wrinkles, graying hair, or a slower metabolism, interpreting these natural changes as symbols of decline rather than progress. Regret starts to fester over dreams not pursued, paths not taken, or time seemingly wasted. Society's obsession with staying young convinces them that growing older is a setback, something to fight or hide, rather than a privilege to embrace. The result? Anxieties about age take center stage, clouding their perception and limiting their potential. The Sigma male, however, rewrites the entire narrative around aging. He doesn't see the passage of time as something to fear. It's something to use. Each year adds to his internal arsenal: more refined judgment, clearer perspective, and deeper emotional intelligence. He knows that with time comes sharper pattern recognition. He can now see through lies, avoid bad business deals, and quickly identify toxic people. He's no longer reactive, he's deliberate and strategic, choosing his battles wisely and managing his emotions with quiet mastery. Experience brings credibility. 2. People begin to listen more attentively, respect his insights, and value his presence in a way youth could never command. The Sigma male views aging not as a slow erosion of relevance, but as an evolution of power. To him, gray hairs aren't something to cover up. They're marks of resilience, proof that he's endured, adapted, and grown stronger. Maturity is his edge, not his enemy. 5. The weather, accepting what you can't control. In everyday conversations, one complaint always seems to surface: the weather, whether it's scorching heat, pouring rain, or an unexpected cold snap. People treat changes in weather like personal offenses. It's too humid. Why won't the sun come out? Or, this rain is ruining everything, become standard refrains, uttered with the same frustration reserved for genuine life problems. Over time, this habit of griping over uncontrollable elements fosters a subtle but dangerous mindset, one that gives away personal power. By allowing weather to dictate mood, motivation, or productivity, people train themselves to be emotionally reactive to forces far beyond their control. The Sigma male refuses to fall into this trap. His philosophy is simple: adapt, don't agonize. To him, complaining about the weather is a waste of breath and mental bandwidth. If it's raining, he sees it as an opportunity to test the durability of his gear or enjoy a quieter, less crowded environment. If the temperature spikes, he doesn't stew in discomfort. He increases his water intake, adjusts his schedule, or alters his environment accordingly. He views weather like any other external force. It's neither friend nor foe, just a variable to navigate. By maintaining control over his internal state regardless of external conditions, the Sigma male conserves energy for things that truly matter. His calm, adaptive mindset ensures that no storm, literal or metaphorical, can throw him off course. 6. Monday mornings, rejecting the cultural hate for Mondays. In modern culture, Monday has become the universal scapegoat for collective unhappiness. It's the punchline of memes, the subject of countless complaints, and a weekly emotional low point for millions. People dread the end of the weekend, treating Monday not as a fresh beginning, but as a sentence to be served. The phrase, "I hate Mondays," is uttered with such regularity that it's no longer questioned. It's simply accepted as truth. But this habitual disdain has consequences. When a person begins each week with resentment, they subconsciously frame 1/7 of their life as inherently miserable. Over the course of a year, that's nearly 2 months surrendered to negativity, all because of a day on the calendar. The Sigma male refuses to follow this mass emotional script. He does not allow the week start to dictate his state of mind. To him, Monday is no different than any other day. It's a 24-hour window of potential waiting to be maximized. While others moan about returning to routine, the Sigma sees opportunity. He understands that every extra hour others spend sulking gives him a head start. Rather than dreading Monday, he embraces it with quiet discipline, treating it as a strategic advantage. In rejecting the cultural bias against Mondays, the Sigma male reclaims time, energy, and mindset that most people waste. His detachment from the societal script is a form of mental liberation, proof that he's guided by purpose, not peer-driven emotion. 7. Boredom, a sign of untapped creativity. In today's overstimulated world, boredom is seen almost as a crisis. The moment there's a lull in activity, waiting in line, sitting in silence, or spending time alone, most people instinctively reach for their phones, desperate to avoid the discomfort of being alone with their thoughts. The phrase, "I'm bored," has become shorthand for, "I don't know what to do without constant input." This fear of boredom reveals a deeper issue, a dependency on external stimulation, and a dwindling connection to one's inner world. When people panic at the absence of distraction, they miss a vital opportunity to reconnect with their imagination and introspection. The Sigma male experiences boredom differently. Where others see emptiness, he sees possibility. To him, boredom is not a void to escape. It's a mental gym, a quiet space where creativity stretches and ideas emerge. Instead of reaching for a screen to fill the silence, he leans into it. He uses idle time to strategize, reflect, and envision future moves. He might brainstorm a new project, revisit an old idea, or simply let his thoughts wander in search of inspiration. Boredom, in the Sigma's world, is raw mental clay, shapeless but full of potential. By embracing it rather than fearing it, he unlocks a wellspring of innovation that others continually suppress. His refusal to numb his mind in moments of stillness is a quiet rebellion and a source of profound personal growth. 8. Gifts. Gratitude over entitlement. Gift giving, a gesture meant to convey thoughtfulness and care, often turns sour in the hands of those who approach it with entitlement rather than gratitude. Many people react to receiving a gift by immediately scanning for flaws. It's the wrong size. This isn't my brand. I don't even like this color. Rather than appreciating the sentiment behind the offering, they focus on its imperfections, allowing minor details to overshadow the intention. What should be a moment of connection instead becomes a source of complaint and dissatisfaction. This nitpicking reflects a deeper issue, a mindset that prioritizes material expectations over emotional value. The Sigma male sees things differently. To him, a gift is not about the item itself, but the intent behind it. Whether it's practical or not, whether it suits his style or not, he receives it with quiet gratitude and appreciation for the effort someone made. If the gift isn't useful, he doesn't complain or make the giver feel inadequate. He might donate it, repurpose it, or simply place aside, but always without drama or judgment. This attitude fosters stronger relationships built on mutual respect and humility, not transactional expectations. By detaching from the need to evaluate every gift against a personal checklist, the Sigma male demonstrates emotional maturity and a lack of entitlement. His gratitude is rooted in awareness, not of what he receives, but the intention and connection that prompted the act of giving. Conclusion: why Sigma males avoid complaints. At the heart of the Sigma male's character lies a profound truth. Complaining is a surrender of power. Each time a person indulges in a complaint about others, circumstances, or things beyond their control, they hand over a piece of their personal agency. Their focus shifts from what they can do to what they cannot. Whether it's blaming people, dwelling on bad luck, or stewing over the weather, the pattern is the same. External forces are granted authority over internal peace. Over time, this pattern creates a reactive life, one governed by frustration, helplessness, and missed opportunities. The Sigma male breaks this cycle by refusing to play the victim. His energy is directed inward and forward. Instead of narrating his struggles, he strategizes his way through them. Rather than waiting for change, he becomes the architect of his own transformation. His mindset is rooted in action, adaptability, and responsibility. Even in difficult situations, he remains composed, not because he denies pain, but because he chooses growth over grievance. This is what makes the Sigma male so rare and compelling. While the masses waste their time echoing familiar complaints, the Sigma male quietly builds. He learns from hardship, refines his strengths, and evolves in silence. His life is not perfect, but it is intentional, driven by focus rather than frustration. And so the choice remains. Will you follow the crowd into cycles of complaint, or will you embrace the Sigma path, where action replaces whining and growth replaces blame? The difference is subtle, but the outcome is profound. Do these ideas resonate with you? If you found yourself nodding along or reflecting deeply on the traits and experiences we explored in this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts. The Sigma male mindset isn't often talked about openly, and your perspective, whether you identify with it personally or have encountered it in others, adds valuable depth to the conversation. Drop a comment below and let me know which part hit home the most for you. Have you seen these traits in yourself or someone you know? Your insights help build a community where authenticity and growth are prioritized over popularity and performance. If you're drawn to this kind of introspective, no-nonsense content around Sigma males, psychological strength, emotional intelligence, and high-value living, there's more waiting for you. Explore the other videos on this channel for deeper dives, actionable insights, and raw truths that cut through the noise. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay grounded, and stay unapologetically real. Until next time.